Ready to Love Philly Episode 2 review. After seeing this episode, I will give it a solid 6 out of 10. I like some of the changes to this season of the show, but after seeing this episode, I truly believe that a large number of the cast members are on the show for the wrong reasons. I will say that the group of men that were featured for this episode's mixer were better than the group of guys from last week's mixer, but I do feel that some of them are showing red flags. There were two standout guys during this episode. The first is Cisco, who wasted no time taking his shirt off at the mixer, which then got the attention of all the women. Well played. The second is Cam, who is a firefighter, and I think that when the two groups come together, Cam will have something in common with another popular female cast member. Will and Sahara were brought back to mingle with the new cast members in this episode, and while Sahara was able to tone down her ratchet tendencies, Will had issues with playing the game so that he could live to see another episode. Now when it comes to the elimination, the women nominate Will and Khalil, and Will ultimately gets the boot. In my long form video, I will talk more about Will's elimination, but I can see this coming a mile away. The men nominated Coley and Shanice for elimination, and Coley ultimately got eliminated, but she was given the opportunity to come back and meet the guys from the first mixer. Now after seeing all the women for this episode's mixer, if I were a cast member on this season of Ready to Love, the lady that would be at the top of my list would be Rose. Rose is as close to perfection as you're going to get on Ready to Love. She has the body of a goddess, everything on her seems to be natural, and she's humble, yet she comes into the process knowing what she wants, and she doesn't seem like she's the type to play games. So if I saw her on the show, the other women from this episode would be invisible to me. The lady that would be a close second for me would be Tay. Tay is thicker than cold Rotel dip. She's beautiful, she's very feminine, she's fun to be around, and she's great when it comes to being engaged in conversation with the guys. I think that when the two groups merge into one, Tay will be on every guy's radar because her mere presence is like a magnet for men. She's definitely a baddie. The next lady on my list is Coley. Coley is physically attractive, but from one man's point of view, she's boring. I don't see a lot of personality with her, and maybe she's nervous about being on the show, but first impressions are everything. The next lady on my list is Shanice. Shanice seems like a nice woman, but I do see several red flags. The first will be her dress for this episode. Now I'm not one to tell women how they need to dress, but from one man's point of view, first impressions are everything. And when I saw Shanice's dress, my eyes immediately honed in on the chesticles. I also think that with Shanice being a serial entrepreneur, I don't know how she'll be able to fit a relationship into her busy schedule. And lastly, there's Rocky. From her many tattoos and outspoken nature, they're a complete turnoff to me. But it seems like the guys on the show are really feeling her.